Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4, so today we will be presenting about our group project, Amazon.
Let's begin with a quick introduction. Amazon is one of the world's largest multinational companies, best known for its e-commerce platform. It also operates massive logistics networks and warehouse facilities across the globe. While Amazon is praised for innovation and efficiency, it has also faced increasing criticism regarding how it treats its frontline workers. For example, a recent report by the Washington Post in 2023 highlighted that Amazon warehouse workers are injured at twice the rate of others in the industry. This has raised serious concerns about the company's workplace practices. The HR issues we will focus on include high injury rates, employee burnout, and mental and physical exhaustion. These highlight broader concerns around workplace safety and employee well being. The aim of this presentation is to investigate Amazon's workplace safety and well being challenges, provide a brief background on the company, discuss the key HR issues involved, identify stakeholders and contributing factors, analyze these issues from a human resource perspective, offer practical solutions and recommendations, and finally, relate these concerns to Islamic ethical principles before concluding. Let's now dive into the next section.
Amazon Company is a multinational technology company based in Seattle, Washington, founded by Jeff Bezos on July 5, 1994. Originally launched as an online bookstore, Amazon quickly expanded into a wide range of product categories and evolved into the world's largest online retailer. It is known for customer-centric innovations like one-click shopping, personalized recommendations, and also the Amazon Prime membership service, which offers fast shipping, video streaming, and other benefits. Over time, Amazon diversified into multiple sectors. Its most profitable division is Amazon Web Services (AWS), a global leader in cloud computing, serving businesses, governments, and institutions worldwide. The company is also a major player in digital streaming via Prime Video and Amazon Music, consumer electronics, Kindle, Eco, Fire TV, and physical retail through its acquisition of Whole Foods Markets and launch of Amazon Go stores. Amazon is also a key player in artificial intelligence, robotics, logistics, and advertising, with a growing footprint in healthcare and sustainability initiatives. In 2021, Andy Jassy took over as CEO while Jeff Bezos became executive chairman. As of 2025, Amazon has over 1.5 million employees, operates in more than 20 countries, and has a market valuation exceeding $1.6 trillion. Despite its success, the company faces scrutiny over its labor practice, market dominance, and environmental impact.
I will be presenting the first HR issue that has been going on at the Amazon warehouse. In 2021, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration (OSHA) investigated Amazon and found that Amazon's warehouses exposed workers to a high risk of low back injuries and other musculoskeletal disorders. It has been stated that the employees are at risk of the high amount of time employees must spend lifting packages, the heavy weight of the items handled by workers, employees have to twist and bend when lifting items, the assigned tasks require long hours to complete. Following this issue arose and multiple news reports on the issues have been made online, causing a stir and doubts regarding employee safety in the warehouse. Past and current employees have also voiced out their struggles working at the warehouse. There are three types of injuries. The first one is light-duty injuries, where employees are restricted to some heavy-duty tasks. Second is lost-time injuries, where employees have to take time off work. The third one is the combination of light injury and lost-time injuries, which is called serious injuries. According to statistics, the number of light-duty injuries cases is highest on the year 2023 and for lost-time injuries in 2018. If we compare with other non-Amazon warehouses, we can clearly see the big gap of differences of the number of cases. Further into the discovery, recently in the year 2023, the reported injuries per week shows a concerning number, which peaks at 1066 cases of serious injuries. It is clear that the environment in the warehouse is not safe and endangers the employee. I will now pass on to the next presenter. Thank you.
Now, I'll be talking about the second HR issue, which is the employee well-being. The first cause is the return to office stress. Amazon's return to office policy, or called RTO5, requires corporate employees to work from the office 5 days a week. This shift, enforced in 2023, came after years of successful remote work due to the pandemic, and it's caused serious strain. Many employees say it's created a major work-life imbalance. They're dealing with long commutes, childcare challenges, and in some cases, impossible family obligations. One notable story involved a 64-year-old executive assistant who was forced to resign, not because of her performance issues, but because remote options were taken away. After 14 years at Amazon, she described the process as cold and dismissive. This policy doesn't affect all employees equally. It's hitting caregivers, older workers, and those with disabilities the hardest. And while Amazon defends it as a way to build culture, many workers feel it's doing the opposite, pushing them out and increasing stress across the board. The second cause is mental health and burnout. At Amazon, employee productivity is tightly tracked through scanners, apps, and monitoring systems that measure speed, idle time, and efficiency. But this constant pressure is taking a serious toll. In a recent survey, 57% of Amazon workers said that the company's productivity tracking negatively impacted their mental health. One US-based delivery driver shared, "I feel like I'm drowning all day, causing me to drive in unsafe ways to meet the unreasonable expectations." That quote doesn't just speak to mental exhaustion, it reveals how Amazon's internal pressure is spilling into public risk. When employees are pushed to their limits, their well being suffers, and so does everyone's safety. The takeaway is clear that surveillance driven performance may boost speed, but it's also creating burnout, anxiety, and in some cases, dangerous working conditions.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Adriana, and I will continue with the stakeholders affected by Amazon. So Amazon warehouse working conditions have raised so many serious concerns. So there are several stakeholders are affected, which are, firstly is employees. Employees face physical strain, mental stress, and low job satisfaction due to high quotas and surveillance. Secondly is Amazon, which is the company itself. The company suffers from high turnover, absenteeism, and reputational damage, which can lower the productivity and also attract legal action. The third one is the customer. The customer may experience delivery delays and ethical concern over label practices. And the fourth one is the investors. The investors face risks from negative media, lawsuit, and declining public trust. And finally, the society. The society is affected as Amazon sets standards for global labor practices, good or bad, impacting broader workplace norms.
There are so many reasons why Amazon workers are facing safety and well-being problems. First, the work demand is very high. Amazon wants fast delivery, like one-day shipping, so workers are under pressure to move quickly and meet higher targets, and this causes stress and even burnout. Second, the work environment is not always safe. Even though there are some safety rules, workers still get hurt. For example, some complain about having back pain or broken feet from the falling packages. Also, in some warehouses, there is not enough staff, so workers have to do more with fewer breaks. Third, Amazon tracks workers all the time. Their system watches every second, and taking a short break, even for the bathroom, can lead to a warning. The company's culture also cares more about the result than about the people, so many workers feel like they are just tools, not valued employees. Lastly, there is not enough support. When workers talk about problem or safety issue they face in the company, no one listens. On top of that, robots and machines are used to make things faster, but this adds more pressure because workers feel like they have to keep up with the machines. Now let's look at how this issue affects both the employees and Amazon as a company. First, for the workers, many of them get hurt on the job from lifting heavy things or moving too fast. Some get injuries, but it's not about physical pain. Many workers feel like very stressed and even depressed. They say they don't feel respected or valued. This makes some of them want to quit their job. For Amazon as a company, these problems also bring a big cost because the company has to pay for treatment. Also, sometimes they may face lawsuit. Also, because many workers leave, Amazon has to keep hiring new people again and again. So that takes a lot of time and money. The company images is also affected when people hear about workers getting hurt or being treated badly. It can hurt Amazon reputation.
Okay, so now we move to the long-term effects of Amazon workplace and employee well-being issue. For the first is long-term effect for the employee themselves. The first is mental health crisis, widespread chronic stress, anxiety, depression, and burnout, leading to the long-term psychological damage, potentially contributing to higher rates of mental health condition in the general populations. The next is chronic health issue, repetitive strain injury, musculoskeletal disorder, and stress-related illness such as hypertension and heart disease, becoming permanent conditions, impacting quality of life long after their employment. And the next is skill stagnation and limited career growth. A focus on speed/volume over developments mean employees may not acquire new skill. It's hindering their future career prospect both within and outside of Amazon. And finally, the downturn of our employees is unionization and activism. Persistent issue called feel more organized labor efforts and employee activism, leading to prolonged dispute and significant operational disruption. And then we move to the long effect for the Amazon itself. The first is severe reputation damage. A persistent public image of a bad employer can alienate customer, can deter top talent and attract negative media scrutiny, impacting sales and market valuations. And the next is maybe increase of legal and regulatory scrutiny. First is higher injury rates and labor complaints attract attention from OSHA or for OSHA, labor boards, and other regulatory bodies, leading to hefty lines, mandated operational changes, and costly lawsuits. And finally, the long-term effect for the company itself is investor pressure. The negative press and regulatory action can alarm investors, potentially leading to a decrease in stock value and demands for costly reform. Okay, so now we move to the human resource management theory. For the first is human capital. A constant turnover from injury and burnout means Amazon lost valuable human capitals, impacting in its long-term ability to compete and innovate. And the next is organizational culture. A culture prioritizing output over well-being forces high demand, heavy monitoring, and lack of support, perpetuating safety and mental health issue. And the next is employee engagement. Issues like feeling undervalued, weak feedback, and constant monitoring directly reduce engagement, leading to lower productivity, higher absenteeism, and increased turnover. And finally is work-life balance. The high work demand and intense schedule severely disrupt this balance, causing stress, burnout, and dissatisfaction, making it difficult to retain employee long term.
Now, let's look at the solution and recommendation Amazon can take to improve workplace safety and also employee well-being. In the short term, Amazon should provide more frequent safety and ergonomic training to help reduce workplace injury. They also need to lower work quotas to a more realistic level so employees don't feel too much pressure. Rest breaks should be made mandatory and properly enforced to prevent burnout. And to make it easier for workers to speak up, anonymous reporting channels should be introduced. Next, for long-term improvement, Amazon should focus on creating a culture of safety and care. This means investing in mental health support, offering flexible work schedules, and also allowing employees to give regular feedback on their work condition. Then companies should also report safety data transparently so everyone stays informed and accountable. From HRM point of view, Amazon can apply job design theory to redesign roles that are more balanced and give employee more control. Encouraging workers to join safety committee helps them feel involved. Finally, the company should follow International Occupational Safety and Health (OSH) standards to ensure a safe and healthy environment for all. By putting these steps in place, Amazon can build a better workplace that supports both its employee and long-term success.
Next, we will continue on the Islamic perspective on the human resource issues of Amazon. So, Islam emphasizes dignity, fairness, and the well-being of workers. In Surah At-Tin, Allah says, "We have certainly created man in the best of stature," reflecting that the value of every worker. The Prophet Muhammad SAW also said, "Give the worker his wages before his sweat dries," urging prompt and fair pay. Islamic ethics promote human workloads, physical and mental well-being, and justice in the workplace. Amazon system, from an Islamic view, should be more balanced and respectful. Furthermore, the ethical solution for Amazon inspired by the Islamic perspective is that first is to provide fair workloads and adequate rest, and the second one is to respect worker dignity. Next is to improve grievance system, and the last one is to pay fair wages and ensure safety. If Amazon adopts this principle, it will not only align with Islamic ethics, but also foster long-term sustainability and employee trust. So that's all from us. Thank you and Assalamu alaikum.
In summary, the current working conditions at Amazon reveal alarming levels of physical injuries and mental health challenges, largely driven by high pressure demands. Several key factors contribute to this issue: high work demands and strict quotas, a poor and stressful work environment, management and monitoring practices that prioritize productivity over people, and lastly, the lack of support and pressure to keep up with technology. These challenges don't just affect employees, they also impact management efficiency, customer satisfaction, and ultimately Amazon's public image and long term reputation. From both a human resource management perspective and an Islamic ethical viewpoint, it's clear that organizations must prioritize human dignity and justice and the well being of employees, because when we value people, we create workplaces that are not only ethical, but truly sustainable. To wrap it up, I'd like to leave you with a clear call to action for all key players involved in this issue. First, for Amazon, it is crucial to review current workplace practices, strengthen safety protocols, and foster a culture that genuinely supports employee health and well being. Profitability should never come at the cost of human dignity. Second, for HR professionals, it is time to move beyond seeing employee well-being as a box to tick. Instead, it should become a core value of the business, one that's integrated into policies, leadership decisions, and company culture. And finally, for all stakeholders, whether you're consumers, investors, or policymakers, have the courage to recognize that the ethical treatment of workers isn't just a moral obligation. It is, in fact, the most sustainable, long-term business strategy, both economically and ethically. And let's remember, when we protect the people behind the progress, we build organizations that are truly successful.